Hey everybody, this is Vin with Con Freaks and Geeks, and today we're reviewing Atelier Ryza 2, Lost Legends, and the Secret Fairy. In 2019, we joined the up-and-coming alchemist Ryza as she explored the world of Kirkin Island with her friends. She's back, which means this is the first Atelier game in which a previous character returns as the main protagonist, and on new hardware to boot. How does Ryza's new adventure fare, and how well does it utilize the PlayStation 5? Let's start another alchemic journey. It's been 3 years, and Ryza has left her home island for a new adventure. Her childhood friend Tao has hinted at some new discoveries potentially related to alchemy. They reunite and they meet with members old and new in order to explore ancient ruins, which contain mysteries and ethereal enigmas related to bygone eras. At the same time, Ryza still uses alchemy to bolster town development and address others' requests. One may wonder how important it is to play the first game before playing Ryza 2. You'll be fine if you dive right into 2, but you'll appreciate more of the dialogue if you've played the first. Characters name drop former companions, and they also tease each other based on their past history. Some crack jokes at Ryza's expense, given her past tendency to shirk work. These references are relatively minor, but they do result in a deeper appreciation of these characters' growth and are worth a chuckle here and there. As with previous Atelier games, Ryza 2 fundamentally involves fulfilling objectives in order to progress the story. Oftentimes these involve reaching a designated location, defeating a specific enemy, or fulfilling a request with alchemy. The overall flow still involves traveling, obtaining materials through exploration or combat, going back to craft support and battle items, and then rinse and repeat. This game makes it easier than ever to see which materials you'll get from each gathering node, which is much appreciated. Per the game's Lost Legends subtitle, you'll now explore ruins and piece together hints. At specific times, walking around resembles a hot and cold experience. You'll hear pings as you approach spiritual fragments. You slot these fragments into missing blinks in order to learn more about the past, and doing so will progress the story and bolster your alchemy. Sometimes these fragments can take a while to find, and you may stumble around, but this new adventure-like twist on the Atelier formula is an interesting addition nonetheless. If you've played the first game, you'll pretty much know what to expect from combat. Most Atelier combat systems are turn-based, but Ryza's is a real-time system in which you control one character while the others are computer controlled. You use regular attacks to boost your action points that can then be used for skills. Ryza 2 has added the ability to chain skills back to back for even more thrills and damage. This leads to opportunities to use items. And the flow of attacking, to using skills, to using items feels pretty solid. Just like in Ryza 1, everyone can use items in combat. Each character has 4 slots, and item management has never been easier in an Atelier game. Compared to the first Ryza game, the UI has been rearranged and revised for better readability, and my eyes darted across the screen less frequently. With all of the visual stimuli, it can still be a little daunting to understand what's going on, but the overall refinements lead to a more pleasant experience. Alchemy largely has the same node-based structure too. A lot of Atelier games involve reading books to obtain recipes en masse, but there's a brand new skill tree system that lets you learn specific recipes at your own pace. This is really fulfilling compared to earlier unlock systems, as you can chart your progress visually, and it feels like you're making decisions to suit your own playstyle. It's a tad weird that an experienced alchemist would need to relearn things from scratch, but this system is enthralling nonetheless. It gives players agency without being too overwhelming. Atelier Ryza 2 is once again a fantastic looking game, and it epitomizes the series' visual evolution over the past decade. The Arlan subseries propelled Atelier to 3D, Dusk provided lusher worlds, and Mysterious introduced a variety of effects and day and night cycles. Atelier Ryza 2 showcases dynamically lit environments, and there are also some pretty captivating reflections this time around too. You can swim, climb, and swing. While these actions are relatively simple, they diversify area traversal in an enthralling way. The character models are vibrant and well made, but series veterans will most likely recognize some familiar poses and expressions. Photo mode is also available right from the start, so you can go wild with tweaking poses and day and night settings for that perfect shot. Audio-wise, the game once again provides some wonderful tunes. We say this pretty much every single time we're reviewing a Gust title, but these songs once again supplement the journey in an energetic way. You'll really get into the swing of this upbeat main battle track, and the sweeping tunes delightfully set the tone for exploration. You'll also notice song tweaks depending on the time of day too. As expected, the voices are once again Japanese only. Ryza herself is as chirpy as always, and the other performances are appropriate, especially given the fact that 3 years have passed in-game. As mentioned before, this is the first Atelier game released on the PlayStation 5. It's a free upgrade that provides a slightly boosted experience over the PS4 version. Whereas the PS4 version is locked at 30 frames per second, the PS5 frame rate feels uncapped. But depending on where you are, the frame rate feels like it's in the 40s to 50s. Having a more consistent frame rate on the PS5 would have been nice, but it's still a boost. And fast traveling from area to area instantly with no load screens is really handy. And speaking of fast travel, you'll once again still travel entirely by foot for the first few hours of the game. Just like the first game, those first few hours will feel a little disorienting as you're figuring out how areas connect, and there's not really an easy way to see how everything links together. You'll soon gain fast travel, but the game can still feel a bit weird beforehand. You may also be a bit disoriented by the light adventure sections. Tracking down some of those ruin fragments can feel a bit arbitrary, and the plot does take a little while to gain momentum as well. But all in all, Atelier Ryza 2 Lost Legends in the Secret Fairy is a substantial sequel that refines existing systems and adds some meaningful mechanics. If you enjoyed the first game, you'll most likely enjoy joining Ryza's adventure once again, and it'll easily take you more than 30 or so hours. And if you're new to the Atelier series, there's never been a better time to jump in. With plenty of exploration opportunities, fun character interactions, enthralling music, and captivating environments, Atelier Ryza 2 demonstrates why the series has been so beloved over the years. Thanks for watching! Confreaks and Geeks has all sorts of wonderful content, like the CFG Gamecast and interviews. Check it out, and stay freaky geeky.